All right, I'm seeing 2 p.m. on my side, so I think we can get started. Welcome. Hello, everyone. My name is Danielle Rand. I'm a channel marketing strategist here at Braincube. We're so happy to have you with us today. I'm also joined here with Manuel Depot, Senior Pre-Sales for EMEA. And today we'll be walking you through Braincube and giving you just a quick 10 or so minute quick look at the platform. And before we jump in, just a quick housekeeping item here. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to use the chat and put your questions in there. At the end of the demo, we'll be answering those questions and go from there. So with that, I'll hand it over to Manuel.
Thank you, Danielle. I am Manuel Depo, indeed, senior pre-sales at Braincube, working for Braincube for about a year now. I'm very happy to launch this product pick in EMEA. We'll talk about Braincube platform in a bit more than 10 minutes, so I hope it will be okay for you. It's just an appetizer, but the platform actually, I hope we will have the will at the end to know more and contact us to get deeper inside of it. And we'll focus today on the visualization part of Braincube platform. So let's start. Just a few words about the Braincube company first, because we are at a very exciting time at Braincube at the moment. We are an AI software vendor, and we are on the mission to basically help every factory operate at peak efficiency. That's the mission in which we are, and we have a software solution for that. In the last 10 years, we made an estimate last year, and we think that we help our customers to save about 10 billions of dollars in the optimization of production lines. That's a big achievement, even if this figure can be tough to be more precise about it. But it's a huge figure for our company. So we develop a platform. We'll show that in a minute. So the idea behind is to optimize production lines, like I said, by taking advantage of two things: data and machine learning. We have developed specific algorithm techniques to leverage this big data coming from the sensors and the machine on the production lines. And we are very proud to deliver this to our customers. The company was founded by, in fact, industry experts in 2008. So it's about 15 years now. In 2018, we have gone through a Series A funding to develop internationally, and now at the moment we are a French company, but we also have offices in the US and in Brazil. And we are recognized by both many customers from all segments of industry, from car automotive to food and beverage, paper industry, and many more. And we are very proud because this is very important. We are customer focused, and we are also recognized by the Gartner. Gartner is our analyst that make recommendation to CIOs of different software solutions. And we are recognized as part of the IIoT platform by the Gartner in the niche players. But this is a 2022 quadrant, and we believe that we will reach another section of this quadrant. And last but not least, we are at a very exciting time at Braincube, because we raised in 2023 very recently 83 million euros, and this will allow us to build an even better solution, a solution that will be able to deliver even more value to our customers and make more savings. So very good time. Just a few words about the Braincube platform. We are recognized by the Gartner as an IIoT platform, but in fact, we believe that we are much more than this. An IIoT platform basically collects the data from OT and IT data sources, the machine, the sensors, the application, ERPs, and so on, through different connectors. That's what we do. To push this data in a cloud, in a data store location, which is typically in the cloud. We are a cloud company. To do what? To transform this data so it is more actionable, it is cleaner, to visualize it and understand the patterns, how the production lines behave. This is what typical IoT platforms do, but we believe that we do more because we transform the data in a way to build a digital identity card of the manufacturing goods. We call this digital twins. And we do so to deliver more value to our customers. What we do is that we are able to correlate output parameters to input parameters thanks to our algorithm that are based on machine learning. We use the historical data to learn from the past and build the best prescriptive and predictive information to run the process lines, the production lines. So this is what we do. So it's really funny that we are recognized as an IoT platform, and we are on these quadrants by Gartner because, in fact, we think we deliver even more. A typical path, and today we focus, like I said, on visualizing on the visualization part of the Braincube platform, because this platform is pretty rich. We cannot cover everything in 10 or 15 minutes, and it is key to understand that in a factory the data is produced in large quantity. We talk about something like hundreds of megabytes, if not gigabytes, per day per plant. So it's important that you have the right visualization techniques to visualize those large data sets. And we do have this within the Braincube platform. Once you are able to visualize this large amount of data, you can start understanding the patterns hidden in the data, and start to see where you have bottlenecks, where you have locations, machines, or a process to improve. And so a typical path is to start visualizing the data and then stabilize the processes, because there is one devil in factories. We call this variability. When you are not stable, when your processes are not stable, then it leads to quality issue in the end. So it's a major problem for profitability, efficiency. And so when you are able to stabilize, and also for that, we can provide solutions to help you control on the shop floor and for the management team the processes. Once you have stabilized your processes, then you are able to optimize. And this is where we deliver even more value with the optimization, because here we clearly augment the process engineers with mechanism, with techniques to correlate parameters together and find the sweet spots and the optimization of the production lines. So this is a typical path, maybe not the only one. Sometimes you can optimize. You can start with direct optimization if you have a problem that you want to solve, and then you can stabilize all the parts later on. But basically, it's a quite common approach for our customer who want to embrace a data-driven culture and data-driven strategy. So today we focus on the visualize part. I will switch to the demo, and we'll return to an example of use case after. So let me share my screen. I will move my little panel here. Okay. So let's imagine that we are a production manager. What we need as a production manager is to run our morning routines, weekly routines also in a very efficient way. If we don't have a clean, a convenient dashboarding solution, basically what we do is that we export endless data. We build report manually every day or every week, and that's real pain. If you have something like this, and this is produced by Braincube, you have another kind of tool. You can run those morning routines much more efficiently. So for instance, here I've got a dashboard. A dashboard is a set of charts that are organized the way you want, exactly the way you want, so you can adapt that to your plant. On the first page, typically you will put KPIs, high-level KPIs, and on the other tabs, you will put less important KPIs or more specific KPIs or more specific graphics. And with that, you are able to talk to your teams and talk based on the data, based on the results, based on the performance. So it's a pretty nice tool to have, and you can have that with Braincube if you are a production manager. But let's focus on this one, for instance. We are talking here about a boiler. I open the chart. I can see right from the chart that the boiler yield is improving. It's pretty good news. And we can talk about the very last day I could filter, but that's pretty convenient to have this kind of support, this kind of chart to support a discussion. Let's now imagine that we are a process engineer. We may not have enough with this chart as a process engineer. So basically, I can open it. And if I open it, I get to this point. I get to this interface where, in fact, I've got much more. I can filter based on the dates. I can zoom. I can make a zoom. I can add variables. I can do many things from that. I can investigate, in fact. So imagine I am in front of this. I say, okay, I've got too many points. It's pretty noisy actually. I want to add a moving average. I will hide the panel of WebEx. Okay, and I can have a moving average very easily like that. And now I can see that indeed my yield is improving over time. That's pretty cool. I can do more. I can add an average easily. I can add a confidence interval with 2 sigma. So this is a kind of thing that you will not find so easily maybe in a typical visualization platform, because we are very focused on the industry for our industrial customers. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I did a few things here very easily without just in a few clicks, but I can do much more actually in my data set. I've got plenty of data coming from potentially machine sensors, other software solutions like historians or MES. It's all gathered and connected here. So imagine I want to add some more information about the temperature. I can just do that in a click. Okay, sorry. I can do that just in a click. And same, I can add the moving average easily. Okay, and so my chart is getting very busy now, so I can remove values here to make it more readable, for instance. It's pretty neat. I can do things very fast, and those 2 parameters can come from different data sources, no problem. It's transparent for me. What I can do from now, I could filter from the chart if I want to focus on a specific time period, for instance. Okay, easily, I can do that very easily. I can go back in time. I can cancel what I just did. And now, imagine I want to filter even more. I can look in the filter mechanism of Braincube, and I can, for instance, change and select only the data points that are under a certain condition, like above 80, 820. Okay, I can do that, but I can do even more. I could even filter from something which is not displayed at the moment, from a product code, for instance. I know that this production line is producing several products. I could do so, no problem. I will apply it later on. And I can also use the concept of events. I know that in my plant, 2 crises occurred a few times in the past. So I want to not to include this data because at this time period, the data was not reliable due to this crisis. So I can do that and I can apply. Okay, so now I've got a data set, which is what I want to work on. I mean, if I had to do so using typical data sources, export manipulations, error-prone actions from different people, etc., that would be very time consuming. And in fact, I would have to redo that every time I need. That's a lot. There's a lot of efficiency gain if I want to do so on a constant basis. From there, I could do many things. I could add this to a dashboard. We saw the concept of dashboard just a few minutes ago. I could add this to something we call a brain box to store this situation, this context for later use. I could launch an analysis. That's not what we will cover today, but an analysis is to collate the parameters together. I could compare the thousands of parameters I have got in my dataset. And I could share to a coworker. I could export this data to another for another use. I could even create an alert directly from the chart if I want to be informed when the threshold is crossed. So I can go from the information to action and reaction and action. So it's very powerful. So this is a typical interface that a process engineer would love to have because it doesn't have to be in different tools, different data solutions. Everything can be in one place. But this is not all. If you are I will move my WebEx control. If you are on the shop floor, if you're an operator, this does not solve does not simplify your day. You need to have something very different. So if you are an operator, maybe what you want is something that is close to what you have in a car. You want a dashboard, but something that needs that helps you to react quickly. I mean, you need to have things that indicate when you are in the red zone. You need to take action quickly, rapidly. Things that needs to be that you need to scrutiny to make sure that it will not get worse or it will go back to the green zone, and you need to not to look at everything that works just fine. This is another kind of visualization where you don't have to click. In a factory, you don't have a mouse or a keyboard, but you need to have a big screen that show you how your production line is going, and you need to it's very beneficial to have data coming from the machine, but in a very simplified way. But that's not all. I mean, we talk about the the production manager, we talk about the process engineer, we talk about the operator, but at the very end of the company, you may work in a different unit. If you are in a global operational excellence team, for instance, what you need is very different. You may want to have a global view of what your factory, what your company is doing. So you may want to have all the BUs, all the regions, all the sites at a glance. And so it's a very different discipline when we talk about data visualization. So probably you want to mash up different kind of components, like here a map where you can see all the plants. You have direct access to the site director if you want to give him a call. But also you may have access to, you want to have access to what we call indicators, and they could be production indicators like quality, scrap, OEE, energy, and so on. But it may be also other types of data coming from an HR system, like the number of accidents per site, because this is part of an operational excellence initiative. You may want to see what is produced on time. This may come from an ERP, but it's important for you to have as information. If you look at the quality, for instance, it just in a glance here, you see that there is at least one site which is not performing well because this box is red, and you have a figure that indicates that overall the quality is performing well. But this is a typical thing that you want to have as an operational director, for instance, an operational excellence director. But do we cover all aspects with this kind of visualization that we just covered? Maybe not. You may also need to have some sort of live description of your plant. You are the plant manager, for instance, the plant director. Maybe you need this kind of representation where you see the line being under operation, and you need to have live information. You know this factory pretty well, that's yours. So you are able to dig in the technical things, and you can contact the right person if something is going wrong. So this is all we have with Braincube. We have all the types of visualization you need. We have embedded analytics, we have guided analytics, we have live analytics, we have all those. So let's go back to the presentation and look at a use case. So it was a rapid tour again, but what's a typical customer get out of our product? If we are talking about a real use case, it's about a Gibson board manufacturer. In fact, this manufacturer is pretty typical to what we see. They were suffering from data in silos coming from different parts of the production line. They were also suffering from operators we were working by experience, which is normally actually it is a behavior that we see everywhere, and it was not really data driven. And the quality team who wanted to run continuous improvement actions were very handicapped by a costly and time-consuming way of doing things by exporting data, exporting to tools like Minitab, and work in a very non-smooth way. So basically, this is a type of behavior that we see all the time. What we did with Braincube and our team, we connected the plant with our connectivity team. And by doing so, we collected all the data. We gathered this data together in a central place. And we built what we called, again, the digital twin. And by doing so, we were able to deliver what we call self-service visualization to the teams. And so they could, in fact, work on their own to optimize the processes. And what occurred for that customer, it was pretty impressive, but they reduced the paper breaks by a factor 3 in just a month. A typical project is more than months, but the very first thing they managed to solve when everything got installed was to reduce those paper breaks. They also increase, that was not the main objective at first, but they increase the line speed and improve the productivity. And that was another bonus of deploying a Braincube. And something we didn't show because that was again a rapid tour, but we do provide reports to make sure that quality managers can in fact follow how the operators on the shop floor can do apply the new settings that have been adopted. So we provide not only the recommendation and so on, but also tools, means to make sure that the potential improvement detected are indeed applied on the shop floor. And also something that we see quite often, they were able to kill the over quality that they were making, because sometimes you produce well, but with too much raw material. So they managed to reduce that in a significant magnitude. So those were all the achievements that this gypsum board manufacturer managed to do. So that is all for me. I hope we are in the time constraint that you all have, and it's time for the Q&A if you have some questions.
Thanks, Manuel. I do see two questions. The first one, how long does it typically take to implement Braincube's visualization tools?
Oh, good questions. Good question. There is no let's say no typical project. Plants are all different, projects are all different, but basically what we see, it's a matter of months rather than matter of years, like other when you deploy other solutions sometimes. What a typical time frame We once we have all the information to connect, it takes like a few weeks to connect a production line, a few weeks to build the digital twin to make the data transformation. And once we have that, we can start building dashboards, visualizations, and start deliver ROI. So it's in 6 months typically. What we see on the field is that in 6 months we can make gains.
Awesome, thank you. The other question, typically, where do your customers start when they come to you in terms of visualize, stabilize, or optimize? How do I think about where to begin?
Yeah, we propose that approach, like you start visualizing your data because that's a very easy and straightforward thing after having connected the data. But sometimes the data is already connected, and we can start right away with optimization. So there is no one fits all, but you can basically start, depending on your situation, your data maturity, your digital maturity, you can start with optimization. And if you are just new with this kind of approach, you will start to visualize and kind of apply what we showed earlier.
Thank you. I don't think I see any other questions here, so I think we can wrap. Thank you so much, Manuel, that overview of Braincube and our visualization tools and how it applies to the entire manufacturing org, from operators on the shop floor to executive kind of KPI level visualizations to different visualizations for process engineers. So thank you. Thank you for all of the attendees for your questions. We have recorded this session, so we'll be following up with the recording. And please join us for our next product peak, which will be same time Thursday in 2 weeks on March 14th, where we'll be giving you another overview of one of our other process pillars. We'll be holding these bi-weekly, so we hope to see you at an upcoming product peak. If you have any other questions, please reach out. And thank you everyone again for joining us today. And thanks, Manuel. Hope
Thank
you
you,
all have a
Daniel.
wonderful rest of your day.
Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Bye.